I wanted to talk about weight, self-esteem, and family issues, especially when you have family who are harsh about your weight and how you look. I will talk about this and my experience with my abuelita, my grandma, after this little update on the craziness of getting back into the United States without an ID. We were able to get my brother into the country without any form of we did get in legally, obviously, but he was robbed. They took his passport, they took his ID, they took his cards, they took his medications. Getting it back into the country, called consulates, and calling consulates was an absolute nightmare. Nothing happened, nothing came of it. What the hell are you supposed to do if your consulates aren't responding? And they were closed until Tuesday, and it was like, but our flight is on Sunday. I happen to have a really nice quality picture that my brother took of his passport, so we got that printed out. We got like the police report for his passport and ID. We got the police report for all of his other stuff. I think in total it was like $1,500 worth of stolen stuff. We went to the American Airlines counter, and what ended up happening is American Airlines got into contact with CBP, Customs Border Patrol, who gave the go-ahead to give him the ticket. I spoke to security a few days before the flight. They said they were good with that. So he was able to get on the flight from our starting point to Dallas. Would he be able to get onto the US side? So we get to passport control and we were super nervous. They're supposed to take your passport, right? And look at it and look at you, and then they take a picture sometimes. Well, they took the picture. He didn't even take our passports. He just took our photos and we walked on. We're like, is this like a new procedure? Like, what is this? We got onto the US side. We got to TSA and we were like, hey, this is what happened. They're like, okay, we're gonna get our supervisor here. Our supervisor came over. He was super nice. And he was like, you don't have anything with your name on it. And we were like, look, here's the file. Just look, this is all we have. And he was like, hold on, those are police reports, right? We're like, yeah. He's like, 2 separate police reports. One for the passport and ID, one for the other stuff. And he's like, this has your name. This is a document. This is something that verifies who you are. And so then he looks at us and he's like, do you believe that he is who he says he is? We're like, yes. He's like, I don't know, seems kind of sus to me. He said that. He said, seems kind of sus to me. And I was like, I don't know, we look nothing alike. I don't think that's my brother. And he was like, all right, you can go ahead. And that is how my brother got back into the country without his identification. Anyway, I have a meeting in 1 minute. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
We will be landing soon.
Para prepararse para el aterrizaje, cierre la bandeja desplegable y guarde el equipaje de mano.
Good job, guys. I love the smell of laundry, like hung up to dry in Mexico. And the whites get so much whiter. I love it. It's just so much work. Medical tourism, or not so medical tourism. You probably already know that Mexico is a top destination for medical tourism. What you may or may not know is that alternative medicine is also extremely prevalent in Mexico, and the largest consumer base of alternative medicine are low-income households, which is probably why I grew up around a lot of it. I saw and received a lot of folk medicine growing up. I'm talking crystals, herbs, teas. Oregano tea is still my comfort tea. I love me some oregano tea. To walking around or being in a ring of fire and interpreting the messages in the flames. I promise these are related. Many of our brown grandmothers can be absolutely brutal if they think that you're fat, and that is absolutely the case with my abuelita. So when I went down to Mexico this last week, I knew that I was absolutely in for it. And boy, did she not disappoint. My grandmother made me go to a bariatric doctor. And not just any bariatric doctor. She made me go to a bariatric doctor. This man, during my consultation, he went on this spiel about where he made fun of the Big Bang, said that you have to have faith both in the treatment and in God for your health to get better. He also mentioned the concept of sugar pills, which is interesting to talk about faith and sugar pills as a quack doctor, and he put the word medicine in quotation marks when he was talking, so yikes. So of course I said, sure, I'll accept your treatment because this sounds hilarious, and also my grandma would kill me if I didn't accept. And so $350 were spent on this right over here. A 5-month course of, I would use the word medications very loosely. Now that the money is spent and my grandmother will be having her figurative eye on me, fine, I'll take your sugar pills. So I want to go over what the heck is here. I'm not going to give every single detail because I also am weary about this coming off as a how-to. The things that you'll find here are basically if you take every single episode of Dr. Oz where he recommends some herbal something, it's in here. You have Garcinia cambogia. Of course there's Garcinia cambogia. But here's what I found interesting. So I did look at some of these things. It is mostly stuff that's honestly probably not going to do anything. Because you have things like aloe vera. These are aloe vera capsules. Garcinia cambogia. I'm pretty sure this one is basically just a laxative disguised as a dietary supplement. But here's what I found interesting. So in this box, I'm sorry, it came all the way from Mexico, so it's like flattened, you know. In this box was not a bottle the way everything else is. In here, this looks illegal. All right? Pills. And I said, well, what are these pills? What am I getting here? Because this looks very different from this. This looks herbal, natural, basically what he's marketing, right? Very much marketing. I'm going to help you lose weight and you're going to do it naturally. We're not going to use Western medicine, right? But this looks very different. And so I decided to look up what all of these are. These are all legit prescription pharmaceutical weight loss medication, not natural, whatever that means, right? Not what you would consider to be natural or fits into the aesthetic of natural alternative medication. These are different kinds, different variations of basically stimulant amphetamines. These are weight loss meds. These are things you can get prescribed. I know this first one, it is legal in the US. You can get it prescribed in the US. The stuff I'll be taking for the first 2 weeks. It's illegal in some countries because you can become addicted to it. So these are legit weight loss medications. And during the consultation, at no point did he tell me, this is what I'm prescribing you, and this is what everything does, and this is what everything is. And then I came back another day and they handed me a bag of medications. I was wondering how he had a good reputation, because 4 different people recommended him. 4 different unrelated people. So he's grown this base of basically local fans that he's helped lose weight. And they all think that they've lost weight with things like aloe vera capsules. But that's not why. It's these. I just found that really interesting. Anyway, I will keep taking all of this, and I'll finish my 5-month course because the money's spent, and these are legit, not illegal weight meds. These are legit weight meds. So that's it. Wow. This was very interesting, and I'm kind of glad I went through with it because I feel like I learned something about what these people do. Anyway, that is it for this week. Thank you for watching. This is going to be a week 5 and 6 put together because I suck. Also because I was in Mexico because my uncle was going to die. At the time we thought he was going to die, and he survived, and I'm back, and I'm happy to be back, and I'm having a boring week at work, and it's very welcome because I'm very tired. Okay, thank you for watching. I will be back on my schedule now that I am back home and there are no medical emergencies to be constantly worried about. That is it. Bye.